Run, run, it's Scary Pooh. Whoa, he looks very frightened. Run, run, it's Scary Pooh. A tiny shrew stared up at the jungle trees. It was his first time outside his cozy nest. He had a lot to learn. Right, said Ma Shrew. Let's get cracking. You need to know how to tell safe poo from scary poo. Pardon? Asked Tiny Shrew, puzzled. We shrews can't see danger, said Ma Shrew, blinking her poor weak eyes, but we can smell it. We have to sniff some poo, and we can tell if it's parrot poo or panther poo. Tiny Shrew shuddered. He heard about panthers. They were terrible creatures. They were black as night. They had deep, low growls. They padded about on almost silent paws, and they liked to snack on shrews. What do we do if it's panther poo? Asked Tiny Shrew. We run like mad, said Ma Shrew. They went into the jungle to practice. Tiny Shrew sniffed and bumped into something. His long shrew nose got busy. Sniff, sniff, sniff. Could it possibly be? It's Scary Pooh! Run, 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 Ma! Run, run for your life! But Ma Shrew didn't run. She just stood there, tapping her toes. Calm down, she told Tiny Shrew. That's not Scary Pooh. It's a safe poo then, said Tiny Shrew. It's not a poo at all, said Ma Shrew. With a big sigh, it's a butterfly. Ma told Tiny Shrew to try again. Sniff this, she said. What do you think that is? Sniff this. Tiny Shrew wrinkled up his nose. He took a long sniff. Then he took a deep sniff. Ah! Run, Ma! Run for your life, he screamed. It's a rather scary panther poo. Then he hid behind a rock, hoping that the panther wouldn't see him. But Ma stayed exactly where she was. That wasn't a scary poo either, she said. Oh no, said Tiny Shrew. So it was a safe poo? No, said Ma Shrew. You sniffed a bird. The next day, Ma Shrew took Tiny Shrew out for another lesson. Forget about yesterday, she said. Sniff this. Tiny Shrew took a long, deep sniff. Oh, it's a poo. It's a scary panther poo. Run for your life. No, it's not. That wasn't a panther you sniffed, cried Ma. That was a toad. Tiny Shrew went pink with shame. There's a big toad. Oh. Ma Shrew told Pa Shrew what had happened. This is serious, she said. I've tried all sorts, but he can't smell scary poo. But how can we survive in the jungle if he can't sniff out danger? Said Pa Shrew, sounding worried. Tiny Shrew heard his parents talking. I'm not going outside tomorrow, he thought. I'm staying down here where it's all safe. So the next day, when Big Brother said, why don't you come out to play? Tiny Shrew said, no way. No. Teased Big Brother, you can't sniff out anything. You're going to be panther lunch. So Tiny Shrew sat in his dark den feeling very miserable. He heard all the little shrews playing up in the sunshine. He heard their shouts of laughter, but when he listened hard, he heard something else too. He heard a soft, low snarl, and an even quieter sound, pad, pad, pad. Creeping closer to the shrew children on almost silent paws was a panther. Tiny Shrew didn't stop to think. He dashed out of his den, straight into something black and bristly. Whomp! He bit it as hard as he could. He took a big bite. Chomp! An angry growl made all the jungle leaves shiver. All the children knew that sound. They knew what it was. It was a panther. As the children screamed and scattered, Tiny Shrew clung on tight to the panther's tail with his teeth. Look at him, hanging on tight to his teeth. But the panther lashed his tail, and the Tiny Shrew couldn't hold on anymore. Ah! There's the panther flicking his tail, and the shrews flying through the air. Tiny Shrew flew through the air and landed plop in something soft and squishy. I'm stuck, he cried, and he tried to struggle free. Of course, Tiny Shrew couldn't smell what he had landed in, but Ma and Pa could. They came racing to the rescue and tugged out Tiny Shrew. Run, yelled Ma, run for your life. It's scary panther poo. Ugh. That's what he landed in. Don't panic, said Tiny Shrew. The panther is miles away by now. What do you mean? Big Brother came running back. It's true, he said. Tiny Shrew scared off the panther. He's a hero. All the Shrew children cheered. Tiny Shrew went pink with pride. But how did you sniff out the panther? Said Pa. I didn't, said Tiny Shrew. I didn't smell him. I heard him. I can hear even the tiniest sounds. Then you'll be safe in the jungle after all, Pa said, so happy. Ma gave Shrew a big hug. Then she wished she hadn't. Come on, you hero, she said. It's time to go and have a bath. Let's get you cleaned up. Oh, the end.